All right, what's up? This is Teacher Danny going live. I got my buddy Louie in VR down here. I guess he's underground right now. You can see he's in edit mode. All right, that's what sometimes people look like in edit mode, depending on how big they are. Now I'm in edit mode. I'm just kind of peeking over at the camera to see, make sure the view. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach Louie how to build this whole thing. And while I'm doing it, you can learn too. So I figured if this was a real instruction with a real student, that might be a great way to pace the course. That way I can really understand what people are thinking. Okay? So Louie, what do you know about this stuff so far? Like, tell me what you think it does and what you know. We don't need to get. We're just talking. Doesn't matter.
Do you want to get into specifics? I've never.
Well, I'm asking. I want you to forget about the live stream. I want you to ask you just like as a student.
Is it live? This is live now.
This is live right now.
You cretin.
But don't think about the live stream. I don't want to. I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm trying to just do a tutorial. So just tell me. What do you know? What do you know? What is this? What is this system?
I don't know enough. Well, I know that the system is a rig system. It's a rigging system so that you can maneuver the innate camera for Horizon Worlds and in ways that typically isn't native to what's available.
Okay. Really close. So we can't.
Right.
This is not actually a way to manipulate the in-house camera. Here, let me come over and show you what my example is. Right. So we're going to use these buttons to make these cameras move. But we're not going to have an actual camera. We're gonna put a person there and see a person like for now everybody at home on the stream sees what I see. So if I stood perfectly still and sat on this chair, let's look, and I sat perfectly still, and then you move this platform like you just did to have me boom forward. If I keep it perfectly still, it's like a that's like a zoom in. In movies, okay, getting off the platform. In movies, they don't zoom in like with the lens, usually. They move the whole camera. So that's kind of the look that we're going for, as well as okay, but here's the thing, right? Am I going to sit here and keep my head still? Like, how still am I really going to keep it? This is actually better if you come in as on your desktop. If you bring in a desktop avatar and you log in with your desktop, and then you come here, it will sit perfectly still. He literally will.
Okay.
And then you record that screen, and that's really where the function comes in. So the function comes in from bringing a desktop avatar in here, logging on desktop, whatever's on that guy's screen, record his screen.
Right.
Okay.
So you know what I found in my experience, Teacher Danny?
Tell me.
I know that the camera that you could pop up, the one that you've demonstrated, the one you get out of from your wristband. See, it's got its advantages and disadvantages. See, you're only able to film at 60 seconds at a time. For me, that's fine. So I like dividing the film in that manner. For me, it's simple. I like it. It's just the only thing I have a pet peeve about is these damn avatar freaking name tags. That's ugly to me.
With the 60-second camera?
Yeah.
You can turn that off. Look. You turn on your camera.
You can.
Yeah.
You could turn it off. See, that's the advantage.
As opposed to using this.
Right.
As opposed to coming in with your avatar and filming, and you get to see everyone's name tags on the film.
Which a lot of times you want to get rid of that.
Buzzkill.
Not even for privacy, just because it's like kind of annoying. Yeah, it takes away if we're trying to do something cinematic or dramatic or whatever, even comedic. Things could be in the way.
Absolutely.
So I don't have a solution for that. Yeah, we're just stuck with that.
So my solution would be to use the innate camera, the camera that's native to Horizon Worlds.
So that camera is great, but the thing is, how would you keep it still enough Like you get on
You'd
here.
sit down and just leave your hand in front. Let go of it. Let go of it.
Yeah, but when I move, it's not going to move. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
Go,
yeah.
Go
see,
ahead, have
I
me
got
move.
you,
Go ahead,
yeah.
hit the button, and I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to just
see.
go
You're gonna
through.
pass it. You'll pass
But
it.
here, but here I'm going to hold it.
Definitely
I'll
will
hold it.
pass it. Okay, you hold it and you can stay still. See
I
that?
just
Doesn't
got my
move
hand
too
in my
much.
lap. Okay, yeah. So this is,
Right.
and for these short shots, yeah.
Yeah, for the 60-second ones.
I get to put my hand right here,
Mm-hmm.
and it
And then
stays
let's say
pretty
you're gonna
still.
boom up, right? Okay.
All right.
That
So
looks
let's say
good,
one.
right?
Yeah.
That looks good. I
Ooh,
like
that
that.
looks real good. I like that boom up.
Right?
We should get a
Isn't it
shot.
great?
Let's test it out real quick. Let's use this camera before we learn how to make it. Okay. All right. So
I'm gonna reset it. Okay.
cool. Let's say I'm gonna just grab some asset, some random. Let's see. Let's say we got this satellite dish. And we want to show how big it is in our film or whatever.
Right.
So
That's beautiful. Reminds me of a popular game that we play on our own time.
yeah, the little population one. Okay, so do this. I'm gonna start recording, and while I'm recording, hit the boom up.
Okay.
Okay. Let me
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna actually record this. So.
All right. So tell me when you're ready.
And go.
Booming up.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a nice clean shot. Are you still hitting it?
I'm hitting. I had to hit it a second time.
Yeah. So if you want it to just be fluid, just kind of like hit it every 2 seconds.
Okay.
And that way it won't stop. Because it's on a 5-second timer. So if you hit it,
hey, there you go. You're a genius. I like that. Cool.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna bring you back down now. Okay.
All right, and just imagine, you're going up some building, or you're trying to, you're trying to establish a shot that shows how big something is, and you got that nice slow zoom up, and of course you add some. Oh yeah, see now you're going side to side. We're trucking left and right.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's all right. All right. Okay. Cool. I took the video.
Okay.
And I bet you it's going to come out pretty steady. I'm going to watch it on my live stream. Everyone here on my live stream can watch it right now.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's review.
We're watching it. I just want to see how steady it came out.
All righty. Oh, they'll be able to see.
Oh, it's me talking again in this. So
that's all right. Teacher Danny, I really I want to publicly.
Well, they're not going to be able to hear you because my video's going on. And it's talking. It's making sound too. So hold on a second.
Okay. Well, you can hear me, bro. Thank you for what you've done here, Teacher Danny. Appreciate you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm trying to show everybody the video. And when you talk, it goes over the video. What we were saying in the video. Anyway. All right. So yeah. So here's the thing. I think a lot of people are going to look at this. A lot of scripters and builders are going to say, "Oh, this is a very, very easy thing to build." They're absolutely correct. It really is. You just gotta take the time to do it. And you have to have a little understanding of cinematography. But honestly, you could Google this in a minute. I mean, but that's if you even knew to Google it. If you even know, in cinematography, they have names for how cameras move. Yes, they do. And everybody always thinks it's pan. Pan up. Pan to the side. Panning is very specific. Panning is a twist like that.
Right.
A rotation. All right. So let's look at the script for all this, right?
All right. So where are we going to begin? From left to right? Beginning with Dolly?
Well, okay, this is how it used to be. Here, let's look at this one that you're at, right? So, dolly forward to hit. When I hit dolly forward, it's gonna make the camera move forward. And that's because on dolly forward, let's see what script did I have on that one. Dolly 6. So I'm gonna look at script dolly 6, and this is what it says. when the trigger is entered by player, so you know when the buttons hit. Move camera by forward direction of camera. I added distance and speed variables so that way you can easily change them as quickly as you want, but I set them to, you know, basics. Distance is automatically 1, speed is automatically 5, whatever. You don't have to adjust those, but that's if you want to customize it. And it's very easy to customize. All right, so each button has its own script for each object and what it does. So like let's go down here to roll clockwise. You know, rotate camera by, and I had to, you know, do all this attaching for every script. Well, here I did something different. Instead of having everything have its own script, I just made 2 scripts, okay? So one script is the button script, and all it does is sends an event to the main script, which is going to be on the camera platform. And then that script tells it which one to do. So let's look. So as opposed to having a different script for every single movement, we have this one script called camera movement. So on this one, all the movements are in one script as opposed to 12. Okay.
Clever.
Now, how does it work? Well, it accepts an event, and that event takes a parameter, which is a string called direction. And we're going to check each object, each trigger has its own different oh gosh, that's right. I'm not even using triggers. I was using objects. And each object has its own direction. This one's called dolly forward. This one's called dolly backward. So when it sends an event to the camera, it just sends the event and tells it its name, which event. And so every button has just this script. Look at this one that says button. Okay.
You're telling your audience, right? Because you
well, you too. The audience can see it, yeah, but I want you to look at it.
I can't see code. I can't see the code, brother.
Yeah, get in edit mode.
All right, let's see.
And now look at button.
All right. So which button are we looking
at?
at?
This one over here. See where I'm standing? The one that says button.
All right, bet. Let's see.
Every single one of these buttons has the same script,
okay,
with one exception that they have a separate name. They have a different word, okay? So look at this script. What's the script say?
It says send my event to camera with direction.
Okay. And so what's that mean, direction?
Which way you want it to move, right?
Yeah, but in reference to this, what kind of variable is that? Do you know?
I'm unfamiliar with variables.
That is a string.
Okay.
So there's different types of variables. You know, things could be numbers or objects. Strings just means it's a word.
Okay, so in terms of direction, it means string.
Well, I just called it direction. We could call it whatever we want. We could call it object name. We could call it camera movement, whatever. But I just named it direction. So we're gonna send my event. So we send the my event to camera with direction. Camera is this object.
Okay.
The movable camera. Now open up
the camera seat, the director's seat. Right?
The camera operator seat. So open up the camera operator's properties panel.
Okay, let's check it out.
Okay.
All right, let's see what's going on.
And you see what script it's attached to?
Let's see. It looks like it's hooked up to all these buttons here.
Yeah, but what's the attached script?
I don't know where that is.
Look underneath the blue pill that says movable camera.
It says camera movement.
Yep, that's the name of the script.
Okay.
All right. So which one of these scripts is camera movement? That's right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we looked at the button one. And what does the button do?
It moves the
Well, not yet. Not really. Let's look at the button script again. Open up the button script and tell me what it is. The button script.
All right, hold on a second.
All right. And what is it doing?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, that one right there. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Do I open it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm totally unfamiliar with this setup because I usually just film for YouTube. Let's see.
Yeah. So you got it open? The button script?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's it doing in this script?
Well, it looks like it's that once the button's pressed, it moves this seat.
Well, it's not moving anything. It's just sending an event.
Okay, so it sends an event. All right, and it's attached to this trigger here, the one that you called camera movement.
It will send it. Well, it'll send it to this object, which is the camera.
Okay.
And this camera has this script attached. So whatever we send to this object, this script will read. So we're going to send my event. And what are we send? We're sending it to camera, which is this.
Right.
What are we sending with it? See, it says send my. What's that?
Why don't you tell me what?
Well, it says right here, send my event to camera. With what?
With direction.
And what is direction in reference to the computer? I mean, we know what a direction is, but what does the computer think a reference? I mean, direction is. In this regard.
Wherever you told it to move.
No, it's just a word. It's just a word.
Parameter.
Well, the direction is just a word, and it's a random word. So each one of these buttons. So I put all these scripts here. These scripts, they're not even getting used anymore. Let me move those off to the side. All right. So if we come over to Dolly Forward and we open up the button, so just touch the green block and open it up.
All right.
We see at the bottom, it's direction, what I wrote for direction.
All right, hold on a second. I think I'll open the wrong thing.
Yeah, just the green block. It should say cube, I think.
That's cube?
Yeah. And then at the bottom, the attached script is button.
All right. Okay, yeah, I see that.
And the direction is just a word that I wrote.
Forward. The word you put was dolly forward.
So that's it.
Okay,
That's all this script is doing.
What did you do in order for it to obey that specific command that you labeled dolly forward?
Okay. So see the attached script. What's the attached script?
Here it says direction dolly forward.
Yeah, but what's the attached script to the right of attached script?
It says button.
Right. So that's the script. See this script right here, button?
All right, yeah.
Okay. So that's the button script. And when we open that up, it has two variables, camera and direction, which we made. If you hit the variables button in the top right corner, it looks like the pound sign. It is the pound sign, hash mark.
Yeah, okay.
You see what our two variables are?
It's direction and camera, right?
Right. And we can make those. Like if I click new variable, I can click, other direction, and I'm just going to make a new variable. I'm going to set it to string.
You know what might be helpful if we did this from scratch?
Okay, let's do it.
Place everything, and then I might pick up on it. Because as of now, I don't know what anything's named. I don't know where anything is placed. So it's like you're asking me questions for information I have no clue about.
Okay, perfect. Let's go over here. Let's make our camera real quick.
All right. So let me close these out. Does this take up space when this is open?
No.
All right, cool. Well, we could leave it for reference then.
All right.
Cool.
So
what's the first step, bro?
Let's make the camera. How do we make the camera? Did you see how I made mine?
Well,
let's look at it real quick.
Used shapes.
But why do you think I shaped it like this?
Well, for it to resemble the camera.
Doesn't resemble a camera.
Well, you mean the seat itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Why do you think I made it look like this?
That was your prerogative, I suppose.
So you know which way is forward. You see, I could have just done a cube, but now you know which way is forward.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Where the triangle is pointing.
Correct.
Correct.
That's cool.
So
that's why I added that triangle. Now we also need to consider its X, Y, and Z axis because part of the script we're going to use is move in forward direction of the camera. So which way is forward? Do you know which way is forward on an object?
I don't know the X, Y, Z points.
It's always going to be Z positive. So if I were to touch this object in edit modes, I would see Z positive is in the front and Y positive is on the top. That is how you make things go forward or upward direction. Z positive is upward, is forward. And Y positive is upward. So when we make this object, we got to make sure we have all those things in the correct position. All right?
So if we said that it was Z negative, we'd go in backwards, right?
If you put Z, it's going to go the opposite direction of Z negative. So wherever you have that. So if Z negative is pointing up, then it's going to go down. Okay, so with all that in mind, let's make our camera over here. I'm going to make a little platform for us to build on. Let's get a cooler color than this.
So let me bust out with my shapes then. All right. Cool. We got enough room in here?
Yeah. We're gonna. That's why I'm gonna set this platform up, and we're gonna restrict ourselves to this platform because we can always get smaller. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. So we got this platform here.
Right.
So I'll stand here so you have an idea of a size. And you can make the camera.
Good stuff.
And it doesn't have to look like mine. But consider where Z positive is.
Okay. Hold on, let me see here.
I'm just gonna look at it real quick while you're doing it before.
All right, cool. I see my X. I see Y. I don't see Z. I see where Y positive is. I don't. Oh, I see it. Never mind. I do. All right, cool. So I gotta reshape this.
So Z positive is the forward. Y positive is the top.
Like right. Okay. So I got it. Oh, Y positive. Hold on. Y positive. So top. So this should be. Let's see.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's see. That's kind of strange. Kind of cool at the same time. Give me a second. That's.
All right. Yeah, it's coming along.
A bit too big, maybe.
Oh, here,
let me stand there so you really got idea of size. I don't know what you're going for.
Just the camera. All right, so that's all right. Now let's see about this here. So, all right, cool. I don't know. Is that what you did?
I used a triangle. I used the one I think it's called ramp.
Ramp? For the little...
For the forward part. I mean, you could use something different, like, you could use a...
Wait, I see what you did. You used the cylinder. Never mind. All right. Cool.
Cylinder?
Yeah. You'll see. Because this part doesn't matter, really. It's just, the camera, the film.
Are
you making an actual camera?
Yeah.
Well, we just need a platform because we're not using an actual camera for this. We're using a platform for a avatar to sit on.
For the director's chair.
Well, it's not really
Well, it's not really a director's chair.
It's
It's the camera movement.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like,
and then the guy sitting in the chair is the director, ain't he?
Well, no, he's the
well, no, he's the
cameraman?
camera. He is the camera.
The director
The director tells him what to do, and the director could be the camera person. But essentially, this chair is going to be the camera. It's not actually the camera. Whoever's sitting on it is the camera.
All right, we're gonna make the chair then. All right, cool. All right, and then is that all right?
Dude, just make a seat that we can have a person sit on. Consider the X and I mean the Z and the Y axis, and
all right, cool. And then you said the little triangle. All right, let's see. We'll do it your way. We'll make it just so that we can get this done real quick.
Yeah. And of course, if you want, you can customize stuff.
Right. All right, cool.
Whatever you want.
So, let's see here. Let's make this smaller.
You don't know how to snap?
You don't know how to snap?
I think I do. I don't use it very well. Oh, checking out. Wait 1 second. I didn't size it right.
All right.
All right. Well,
it's fine.
it's fine. Here, look.
It's ugly. It's not as nice as yours, but it serves the purpose.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Here we go.
All right.
And let's. I'm gonna go ahead and make it non-collidable. The rectangle. I mean the triangle part. Or you know what?
Okay.
I should make this non-collidable as well.
The entire thing, yeah. So it can
I
go
mean,
through the
you know
floor
what? I
from
can't
the-
remember if I should make it non-collidable. Let's go. I mean, we could always change it back. Make them both, and then let's color the front of this just so we like can see it. Okay. Now when we group these together, we still need that Z positive. If we look at the purple ramp shape that we made here,
Yeah.
that one is what's it called? Like look at its Z axis and X axis and all that.
Okay.
It's in a completely different place than the rectangle, right? The rectangle's all correct. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna group these together, but first we're gonna click on the rectangle. Here, I'm gonna show everybody in the video. So I'm gonna group these together like this. Now, when you group something together, whatever the first thing is that you touched, everything else is going to have that object's orientation. So if I touch the rectangle first and then go to that, see, it has this
going
orientation.
by this orientation first.
Right, but if I do triangle first, it makes it
Then it goes by that orientation.
right.
Now we
Still need to add the seat though. Before we all group it together, let's add the seat.
Okay, let's add this. Let me go to assets.
And the seat is well, it's a gizmo.
Okay, gizmo. Okay, got you. Trigger.
Avatar pose.
There we go. All right. How about that?
All right, yeah.
And just arrange it evenly on the.
Okay, so it's like right there. Is that good? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. How's that look?
All right, we'll test it
All right, we'll test it out. Get into regular mode and sit on it and see if you feel like you are sitting.
You sit on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, here, I'll try to.
Teacher Danny. All right, 1 second, bro. I'm just kidding, bro. Let's see. How's that, bro?
We'll
Is it
look
okay?
forward.
We'll look forward. What do you think?
Here, I'll move
side
I
to
think
side.
it's okay. I mean, I believe it'll do the job.
Okay.
All right, cool. Now let's group all these together.
Okay, and get out. There you go. It's not as nice as yours, but it's we're doing it though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is as nice as mine.
Why, thank you, Teacher Danny.
You know.
I make a great rectangle, don't I?
All right, here. Why don't you group these together?
All right, let's check it out.
And how are we? And remember, we gotta click something specific first.
Right. I think we'll go with the triangle. All right, cool. So let's check it out. I mean, we'll go with the rectangle. You didn't correct me, dude. You're supposed to correct me.
I thought you were joking.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
All right, it's grouped together.
Let's see. So 1 second. I grouped. I believe it worked. So let's check that out.
Nice.
All right.
Great. So, just to show everybody at home from my side, you know, since they're seeing my camera, I'll show them how to do this. I do a block, you know, cube, a ramp, and an avatar pose. Okay, I'll add a little color. Let's see. To the ramp. Okay, Z positive is which way? Yeah, it's hard. It doesn't let you attach avatar poses to let's see. Yeah, which I didn't realize. Okay. So I have the three together. When I group them, I'm gonna first select the cube because that has the correct orientation, and then the other two objects, and then I put the stick. Now that they're all grouped together,
right?
I touch it with the touchpad, and then I can see on the left. I tap left, and that's it. I've grouped it. Okay. Again.
Okay.
All right.
So you have to tap left on it.
Well, you did.
You did it though. You grouped it.
I mean,
how did you group it? Did you go into like the menu and the properties menu?
Yeah, I went to the properties menu.
Okay, yeah, that's another way to do it. All right. So we have our camera. Now let's make a button to move the camera.
Okay, so we're gonna go pick up a script.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. But I figured let's start with the button before we get to the script. They're just the physical
so
button.
How do we begin that? What are we gonna go?
So,
Where are we
let's just make it a block that you touch.
Okay, so where do we begin?
You know, normally I use like triggers.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, you know what?
So-
Let's go ahead
Did
and
you
a
a trigger and a block. So we'll put a block and then we'll put a trigger on it.
Okay, 1 second here. Okay, and okay, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Got a trigger here.
Okay.
What axis does it need to be in this particular axis?
No. Good question.
Okay.
And let's pull out
a block that we're gonna put there. Like as the actual button in the game, like the player will only see the box. They're not gonna see the trigger. They're only gonna see what objects you put there.
So a square, pull out a square from the shapes.
Yeah, and then make it non-collidable and make it whatever color you want your buttons to be.
I'm live, filming live.
So again, see, I pull this out. I pull out my cube. I open it up, and collision. Oh, not collidable. Off. Okay.
I apologize to you, Dan.
You're good.
Real life
Dude. That's a live stream, man. We live.
Okay, so this
pull out a trigger.
am I going to shrink this trigger and make it the size of a button?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
And did you make the button non-collidable?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Make it a little bigger than the object.
Really?
Well, it could be the same size, I guess. Yeah.
Just so that they see it. Let's see. Let's do this.
Well, they're not going to see it.
Oh, okay. I got you, bro. All right, cool. All right, teacher Danny. Cool. And you said make it non-collidable. So I go to attributes. or
Um.
behavior?
Yes, behavior. Yep.
Okay, and then where does it indicate for me to make it non-collidable? I forgot.
It's the third one down underneath behavior. So it's visible, reflect
Right.
light and cast shadow, and then collidable. So turn collidable off. And that means like people can just walk through it. And the reason I do that is so when you go to touch this button, like it'll be easier to hit the trigger if your hand just goes through it.
See, on mine, it just says, it says enable trigger on.
You got to look at the cube. The cube is what you got to change, not the trigger.
Okay. I got
So
you.
so
Okay.
triggers
That
will
makes sense.
never be collidable.
All right. Yeah. 'cause they're
Collidable means it
transparent,
like
no
will
one sees
physically
that.
hold you back. Like this chair.
Okay.
Oh, we
Yeah, I
made that
got it.
uncollidable, right?
I just pressed the wrong
Yeah,
button.
this is not collidable, so I can stand on it.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It's evident. So it's on already. So I just leave that, right?
No, you want it
No, you want it to not be collidable. The button.
Okay, it's off.
So now, if it's off, I can just run straight through your button, and it won't stop me.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So put the button in a place where someone would want to touch it. Here, I'll be right here as a example.
All right, cool. Let's see. So they're touching the square, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right there. How's
Okay.
that?
All right. And so this is going to be the first button. This is going to be the button that makes it move forward.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've made the button. We have a trigger. But the trigger has to like wrap around the button because look what happens. What if I touch the bottom of the box? I'm not hitting the trigger. Like that's the whole purpose of the box is so you know where the trigger is because the trigger's invisible.
Right. So I've got to ungroup it now, or is that what happened?
It was grouped?
I don't know. It says I can't separate one from the other. Oh, I can now. Never mind. All right. So
There you go.
how about that? Okay. It's perfect now.
Yeah.
Almost. All right, teacher Danny. It's beautiful. All right. Good looks, man. All right. So what's the next step?
All right. So we have that trigger. Now we'll make the script. So let's go ahead and pull out a script.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, let's get into edit mode to do that. Be a good idea. So now we're gonna go to gizmos, right? And we're looking for script. All right, cool. Hey, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, cool, brother.
I usually like to name mine.
All right. So this one is gonna. Oh snap! Okay. It says when world has started. That's all I got. So what do we name it?
I'm naming mine TD for Teacher Danny. Boom.
Oh, so this is boom.
Boom. Let's see. Forward.
So where it says script, we're gonna put what the name is.
Correct.
Boom forward.
You don't have to, but like it's just really helpful.
Yeah, I would imagine so. You want to know where you got things placed. Let's see.
Yeah.
Boom forward. Oh, I could put, since I'm learning Z plus.
And this is a perfect tutorial for you because these are starting off with the very, very basics and then throwing in a couple of you know what, let me see if I can turn on my YouTube comments. And then throwing a couple of like more intricate kind of moves. All right. So put the chat, probably a million questions.
I'm going a little excessive here. I put boom Z plus access forward.
Sounds great. Okay. Now we're gonna set this script up so that way when we touch the button, our camera moves forward.
Interesting.
Okay, so let me get my camera.
You know what? I didn't name my platform.
Your camera?
Let me name
object?
my platform. Yeah, the object. This one right here, the one that you call camera.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it cameraman platform.
Right.
Great.
Let's see. 1 second. Let me
It's a good
name
name for it.
Let me name this. Camera person
Yeah, that's good.
platform. So we're not insulting anybody out here. It's for everybody.
Everybody.
Camera person platform. How's that? Sounds good to me, Teacher Danny. So I didn't. Forgive me for interrupting. What's the next step here?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Go in your script, and we are going to do it so when trigger is entered by player,
Okay.
the camera is going to move forward.
Okay. So what category are we going for?
Okay, so first we're going to start with events, which is in that very first, you know,
It's the after control. We've got events.
yep, it's underneath control, and all those are events. That entire column is all events and stuff. So if we go down to player events, which is like the second or third little category down, we see when trigger is entered by player.
Well, okay, when trigger is entered by players, the very first one. So that pill I drag over to the very left.
Mm-hmm.
So do I put that over when world is started?
You can just erase when world has started.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Or just put it underneath it, and don't worry, just forget about it. It's not going to affect it. You'll see
but if I
what
did
those
wanna
what those
erase it.
scripts affect. So scripts, events are only going to affect things that are nested in it. And as you see, they're not nested; they're just stacked on top. Like here, let me show
Okay.
people at home. When world
So
is
you could
started,
have a prerequisite indication of what the bottom pill might indicate or hint as to what it's for,
what do
and
you
it doesn't matter as long as you're not overlapping a pill on top of.
as long as they're not well here let's do the next step, and then I think you'll understand. So underneath when trigger is entered, we're going to put the movement. So when trigger is entered by player, that means the player touched the
Okay.
button, basically.
Yeah, and I see that it's highlighted in green.
Yeah, we're just going to leave that because it knows which player. That player is the player that touched the button. It knows which
Okay.
player. So if we say, and we're not going to, but if we say, give that player 10 points, it knows who.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, if it says teleport player to somewhere else, it knows who. But we're not going to use it in this instance. But yes, it does know who touched the trigger. All right.
Okay, yeah.
So we have control in that first column on and the things to the right, the box to the right with all
Right.
the commands. The second one is called motion. After events is motion. You see motion?
Okay, let's see.
It's the up, down, left, right. It's the directional pad looking
Oh,
thing.
okay, directional pad. Okay, we go over to the next icon.
Yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move our camera, but this first group says instant motion. We want to scroll down to the next group that is motion over time.
Okay.
Because we don't want, because if you say move to, it's basically teleporting instantly.
Okay.
It's just one place to another. But if you motion over time, it slides there.
All right, cool. All right.
Now, if you have a very specific place of where you want it to go, you say move to.
All right.
But we're going to do move by.
Okay.
So move by over time.
All right. Move by over time. And where do we place this one?
Underneath when it's where it says when trigger is entered by player.
Okay.
Now you see how it's nested in there? It's not just underneath it. It's nested. So when trigger is entered by player, actually has like it's hugging it on the left side.
Right. I see that. Yeah, I see that it's indicating that it's part of the when triggers enter.
Right. As opposed to when world is started is not
Right.
has nothing nested in it. So that's not affecting anything.
Okay. No, now I understand what you mean by nested. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when the
It's
trigger's entered by
associated with
player, we're not going to move self. We're going to move a camera. Do you know how to get the camera variables?
Let's see. No, I guess maybe I would go into what you're referring as the camera, the seat here. and go into that?
Close,
into
close.
the
We're not there
variables?
yet. We're not there yet. So before we even make space for that, we have to make it in the script. And we're going to say, we're going to move camera. And it doesn't know what camera is. It just knows what,
Right. It
that
just
there's
knows
an
that it's an
object.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right. So in those 6 columns on the right, go to the last one that says variables. We're going to click new variable.
All right. New variable. Okay, I'm clicking it.
And we're going to,
clicked it.
you know, call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it camera.
All right. All right. And so, but this is this is what we're moving. We're at this platform here.
Yeah, but it's actually generic. This is generic. It could be any object in the world, but what we're going to do is we're going to connect it later. Right now, we're just making the space for it to even be connected. It doesn't know what we're connecting. It just knows that when we use this eventually, because the script is only going to be used when it's attached to an object, and we haven't attached it. So just make camera, and then camera. It says type. Click on type. Oh, did you make the variable yet?
No, not yet. It's just I was reluctant as to what it is that I was going to call it, so that I know where it is I'm going to hook it up to.
Call it camera.
So right now we're just using camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Type what?
Object.
Okay. List. Do we leave that off or on?
Leave it off, and then we're going to
It's
confirm.
to the left. It's to the left.
Correct.
So
That's off.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to confirm. Okay. Camera.
Now you see that camera variable you have on the right side?
Yeah, the one that I just created.
Yep. Drag that over to the left side and cover up self.
Okay, I got you. All right. So it still says self. Did I didn't do it right? Let's see.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did not do it right.
It should say camera once it's connected,
What did I
right?
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do, Teacher Danny?
I twisted my. Oh.
It doesn't want to do it. It just tells. It says self still.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
So
What happened?
how are you
dragging it over? Like, what are you doing?
I'm dragging it this way.
Like point your pointer at it, right? And the white laser comes out.
Oh, okay.
And you-
use the
and-
white laser. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Are you
used
using the actual
to do it.
pointer? Let me see. Does that even work?
I was.
kinda works.
Yeah. See, so it was eluding. So I'll use the light next time.
Yeah. Use the laser. Use the laser. Okay. So move camera by, and we would need to tell it which direction to go in, but we don't know really where it's facing. So this is where we're going to use forward direction.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So in the script,
Hmm.
we're gonna go to the fourth
column.
All right. So the ones that it looks like a calculator operations.
Correct.
All right. So operations.
And
we're gonna go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth category, which is object transform.
Uh huh.
And
And about the seventh one down is forward direction of object.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So where do I place that?
Put it where it says move by
in the where instead of those that green thing that has 100,
Yeah.
that's a vector.
Okay, vector. So I put it over the vector. So now it says move camera by forward direction of, and then I suppose that we're gonna go to another category here.
Yeah,
and we want to. What are we trying to move it the forward direction of?
We're
Forward
trying to-
direction.
The camera.
Right.
The camera.
Right. So put camera in there again. Go to the variables and hit camera again, and drag camera in there again.
Okay, I got it. Makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
It's move camera by forward direction of camera.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
So
now
we're
going to go put this script on
the trigger.
So let's open up your trigger window
on this.
on this, and go all the way to the bottom where it says attach trigger. I mean attach script. So I opened up my trigger. Go down to attach script.
Okay.
And we're gonna choose the name of this script, which
boom, the boom, right?
yeah, whatever you named it.
Yep, I named it boom. Okay.
Okay. Now that you've added that, what is now at the bottom of that trigger?
It says camera.
All right. And then next to it, it has what?
It's an empty space.
That is where you're going to tell it the specific camera. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we could use this trigger over and over, and different triggers can operate different cameras depending on what you plug in there. And that is where, yeah. So you're going to open up the camera, take that bottom blue pill, and drag it over into the empty trigger space.
So this is what you mean by you could use the same script over and over. So we have. All of them will indicate when world is started if we want it there. When trigger is entered by player, move camera by forward direction of. What doesn't necessarily be forward direction of, right?
Well, for the other ones we won't. We're probably not going to get to that part today.
Okay. Well, yeah, I get it, but
we're probably just going to do the very basics.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So if you did it, then touching the trigger should send the object forward. So let's go into regular mode.
Okay. So I didn't. It's the other space after a camera's still empty.
That's what you have to do. You have to open up the camera object.
Okay.
Open up the menu, and the blue pill in the bottom right.
All right.
It probably says entity group.
Yeah, it says,
drag it from the camera over to the trigger. See, so this trigger is open, not the cube.
Okay, so let's see.
The cube is there.
So now I've got it towards
the trigger.
Yeah. Okay. So am I opening the camera platform or the trigger?
You're gonna have to open both because you're gonna have to drag the camera platform blue pill into the trigger. Where it says camera, and you're gonna you're telling that trigger, hey, whenever the script says camera, this is the camera it's talking about.
Okay. So I indicate where it says attached script. Do I have to put the pill there? Okay, hold on. Am I able to do that? I don't see that I'm able to pull that out.
So the pill is in the camera person platform.
Right.
And the pill says camera person platform. And drag that over to the trigger.
Hold on.
You put the cube. You gave the cube the script.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I did that wrong.
Yeah, send that to none. Send that to.
Okay. To empty space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just close that cube. Just close that cube menu.
All right. Let me see. That's where I made my mistake.
All right. So the trigger.
Okay, so it does say camera. It says camera person platform, and then I want to put boom Z axis forward.
No, not on that one. You want to put it on the trigger because the trigger is what's telling it what to do. So go to trigger and then go to attach script.
Okay, 1 second here. All right, this is my trigger.
No, that's not your trigger. That's the cube.
Oh,
See, it says cube. Look.
Okay, it does say cube.
Your trigger should already kind of be open. Like maybe you just tap it. Is it? Maybe you just touch it. Is it just coming out as just a little black bar?
It's nothing's coming.
Okay, here I'm gonna help you. Here. What we're gonna do.
Maybe I. Okay. Here we go.
Now open the trigger.
All right. Let's see. Now it should. Now it's open. All right. So move the object away from the trigger. Well, I thought that was obvious, but the thing is, maybe I should have just made the trigger bigger.
All right. So you mean what I said when I first started it? When I said make it bigger? Yeah. Okay. So you see the trigger, right? The trigger menu.
Yeah. Right.
And change the script on it. Attached script. That's what's getting the attached script. Yeah.
The boom axis.
Correct. Now, what are you going to put in that empty space.
You said this here, the little pill.
The blue pill, correct.
All right. So I don't. It's not.
So use the same thing. Use your laser
All right. Okay, I see it. All right.
and
There
drag it. There you go. You did it.
There we go.
Okay. Now,
yeah.
when we push the button, it should send that camera forward.
All right.
So let's come and
check
test
out.
it. Hop in here, be a regular person, push the button.
Wait, I gotta fix the trigger, don't I? Oh no, they're together.
I fixed it.
All right, cool. Good job, man. Let's check it out. Ooh, what do you know?
There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So now we make a button for every single one, but that's not really the way I made it consolidated, because remember I told you we're going to do it with just 2 scripts, you know?
Right.
So a much simpler way. Like there's going to be one control script and then one button script.
All right. Hey, you guys gotta forgive me. I'm new to this stuff, man. I've never really sat down to learn this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my bad. You know what? I would have started with something a little smaller.
But this is essential, dude. This is essential for me.
Yeah, but there's other essentials that come before this. So let's see. How long's this stream? Let me see how long's this stream been going.
About 45 minutes. Let me see.
Okay, I think
about an hour, 9 minutes.
Okay. All right. Then I think we'll cut it there. And I'm just going to review what we did.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So here's what we did. We made a camera platform, and we made sure that Z positive was forward, Y positive was upward. So we made a platform, grouped it together, it became an entity. Then we made a trigger. Put an object there just so you could kind of see the trigger, you know.
Right.
On that trigger, and then we made a script for that trigger. And the script, all it does is say when triggers entered by player, move the camera, and the camera is a variable that we made. We made camera, and then we set it to object. Okay, move camera by forward direction of camera, which we got out of object transform. And then that was empty, so we plugged in camera again there.
Hey, just as a refresher, teacher Danny.
Yeah.
Z positive is always forward.
Correct. So if anytime it says forward direction, it's going in that Z positive. Now you can tell it go towards Z negative. You could say go towards Z negative. You could tell it go towards Z positive, whatever. But if you say forward direction of, it's just going to go to Z positive.
Got you. Okay.
You know?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Because it's already pre-indicated. You don't have to type in anything. It's already there. You're just putting it in its place.
Right. And now you and me also, there's a front direction of player and upward direction of player too, and those are more obvious, which you don't need to think about what axes are, because obviously it's your face and you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So we put all these together, and you know, I haven't tested mine yet. But anyway, so when we open up the trigger, we set the script, we add the camera entity into there. That's it. It should work. Yay. So it goes forward.
Look at you, teacher Danny.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this.
Okay. What indicates how fast it goes?
All right. So let's open up the script.
All right, let's see.
And see where it says move camera by? Move camera by forward direction of camera.
Right.
Now, how long does it take to move that distance?
I guess it indicates it says 1 second.
So if you put it over 2 seconds, would it go faster or slower to get to that same distance? Huh?
Oh, no, it's going to go slower.
Right. It's going over the same distance. You're not telling it, like, travel for this long. I mean, you kind of are, but forward direction of camera is already a specific distance. And to be honest with you, I don't know what it is, and I could probably look it up.
So if we could put it negative
No,
speed 2?
no, I don't
So
think that
this
would
is the
work.
slowest. The one is the slowest.
Well, there's numbers smaller than one. You know what? You want to know
but
how
then that
many
would be
numbers there are
negative.
smaller than one?
0.
An infinite amount.
An infinite amount? Well, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Well,
I mean,
there's point nine 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 nine.
right.
Then there's point nine 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 nine.
All right, Einstein, we get it.
There's an infinite amount of numbers less than one. So if you want something to get somewhere faster, what is a number you could put in that is smaller than one?
You tell me, bro.
0.5.
0.5. Okay. All right, I got you.
0.5.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I want it slower. I think that's a good speed.
Well, that's going to make it faster to set the number slower because
because it gets there faster.
Right, it has less time, to get to where it's got to go.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So the second rig you have here on the left, that one you got at 0.5, it seems.
Yeah, I set mine to 0.5, but look, I can also change the distance by multiplying. Here, I'm gonna made a copy of it. Forward direction of camera times.
How far it goes.
Yep, and I'll have it go 5 times as far. And I'll give it a full.
Right.
We'll go back to like a whole. Like we'll take 1 second to get there.
All right, that's fast, bro.
Yeah, we don't need to
That's
reset.
super
I don't know why I
fast.
always reset. All right.
You're a reset.
Okay, now let's watch where mine goes. See, it should go 5 times as far and should get there in 1 second.
All right, yeah, that's fast. All right,
Okay,
cool.
but
That would mean you have to keep pressing it if you wanted to go that speed for a longer distance, right?
for this, yeah. I mean, there is a way to do it. You could just cycle it and have it continue and continue until you like let go of the button or something like that. But anyhow, okay. So move camera by forward direction times 5. That was over 1 second. Let's see if we take 10 seconds.
So what are you doing to times that distance?
Look in the script. It's going to go way slower because it now takes 10 seconds to go that same distance.
Oh wow,
All right.
dude.
So
That's
look
a
inside the
dramatic shot.
script and see where I wrote. Look inside my script over here. TD boom forward. See where it says when trigger is entered by player?
Hold 1 second, dude. Let me see this, bro. Hold on. It's saying we're over capacity. It's lying to me. It's lying to me, Teacher Danny. All right. It's not letting me do it. Whatever. I'm gonna take your word for it.
You're not letting you do what? Maybe it's because maybe it's because I selected it. Try again.
All right. Let's see. What do you know, Teacher Danny?
Okay. So what does it? You see what is different here?
All right. 1 second. Now I think I got the wrong one open.
What's it say?
It's entity group.
Okay. You want to open this purple script right here.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I want to do. There we go. It's back here. See? You see that? Teacher Danny. All right, 1 second. There we go. See what I mean about it having to be bigger than life? Let's see.
What?
What are you saying?
Let's
What are you
see.
saying?
No, I said it has to be bigger than life. Let's see. Let me see it. It's pretty small.
Well, you can
also get smaller. You can change your size.
Yeah, I am. All right. So what'd you say now?
All
right, what's
Okay,
different
I see
about my
now.
trigger?
It says, okay, so you've got a variable after camera. It says forward direction of camera. You've got like a asterisk and you've got a number 5.
Okay, yeah. So it's not really a variable because it's a fixed number. But anyhow,
That's 'cause
the
I
asterisk.
saw the pound sign.
Yeah, that just tells you that it's a number. So that's the type of input it is. If it was a variable, it could be changed. That's all. That's the only difference. Like camera is a variable here. Okay.
All right, cool.
So forward
But the
direction
numbers
of
could be
camera.
changed too, though, right?
What?
The numbers could be changed. That doesn't make it a variable.
It can't be changed after. It can only be changed here in the script. As opposed to, remember, for camera, you had to plug in what the camera was when you attached it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put this script on your trigger, it said empty next to camera because you had to tell it what, and then you had to go into your entity camera over there and drag it over, so it would know. Let's see. Open my trigger again.
It's just this. I think it's something I need to do a couple times before it just all sticks.
We need to start with something smaller. Is what we need to do.
I'm cool. I'm cool with learning at this level, dude. I mean, because I'm gonna use this stuff.
But if I teach you the basics, you will learn this better. Okay. So here, let's turn off the screen. Maybe we'll go over a couple things real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna call that a day. This is the Teacher Danny workshop. We learned how to build a camera. We learned, or build a platform that you can attach a person to for a camera. We learned how to move that camera. We learned how to connect, a trigger with variables and a script. So thanks for checking out Teacher Danny. I'll try and provide you more educational and entertaining content in the future. Bye-bye.
I'm never, yeah.